Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Jambulkar. In last videos, we have seen different interaction pattern. For example, one-to-all broadcast, all-to-one reduction, all-to-all broadcast, all-to-all reduction, all reduce, scatter, gather, all-to-all personalized communication. Like this. In the same way, there is one more communication pattern that is called as circular shift. So in this video, we'll see what do you mean by circular shift and how it is done on different topologies. For example, ring, mesh, and hypertext. So first thing that we'll see what do you mean by circular shift. Suppose there are different processes. For example, P0 is one process, P1 is another process, P2 is another process, P3 one more process, and likewise, there are various processes are there. Suppose we take Pn minus 1. So suppose there are n processes, we assume, and they have data. For example, we'll take D0 is data. That process P0 have. D1 is the data that process P1 have. D2 is the data that process P2 have. D3 is the data that process P3 have. And in the same way, last process Pn minus 1 have data Dn minus 1. These are the data. So P0 have D0 data, P1 have D1 data, P2 have D2 data. These are the processes name and these are the data. Now why it is called like shift? First we'll see shift and then we'll see circular shift. Shift in the sense P0, suppose it is a two shift. So we'll start from the one shift. Whatever one shift, one shift in the sense processes they are sending the data to the neighboring node. So P0 is sending data whatever it has to P1. P1 is sending to P2. P2 is sending to P3. P3 is sending to P4. P4 is sending to P5. And at last process is Pn minus 1. It is sending to P0. So this is called as a one shift. And as we are forming a circle, so P0 is sending to P1, P1 is sending to P2, P2 is sending to P3, Pn minus 1 is sending to P0. We are forming one circle and that's why it is called as a circular shift. So shift means processes are sending data to neighboring processes. So one shift means a neighboring P0 to P1, P1 to P2. Now see, instead of one shift, suppose it is a two shift. So in two shift, how data will get sent? P0 is sending data to P2 because it's a two shift. P1 will send to P3 because it is crossing two nodes, two processes. P2 will send to P4. P3 will send to P5. Pn minus 1 will send to P1 because see, this is a first shift and this is a second shift. Okay, Pn minus 1 will send, this is a one shift and this is a second shift. Likewise. So this is called a two shift. Now suppose it is a three shift. So what do my three shift? P0 will send data to P3. So see, one shift, second shift, and three shift. One shift, second shift, three shift. So P0 will send to P3, P1 will send to P4, P2 will send to P5 like that. And to whom Pn minus 1 process will send? So one shift, two shift, three shift. So Pn minus 1 will send to P2. See again, one shift, two shift, and three shift. So P1 minus 1 will send to P2. That is called as a three shift. So likewise, this is called as a circular shift. Shift can be one shift, two shift, three shift. It can be anything. Then why it is circular? Because we are forming a circle like this. P0 sending to neighboring node like this, and P minus 1 is sending to first node. Again, this is a circle. So that's why it is called as a circular shift. So now we'll see how circular shift is done on different topologies. So last time also we have seen different topologies, for example ring, mesh, and hypercube. These are the different topologies on which these processes are arranged. What is the difference between a ring, mesh, and hypercube? A ring is a one dimensional, mesh is a two dimensional, is a two dimensional, and hypercube is a three dimensional. Three dimension in the sense it has x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Mesh is a two-dimensional means it has x-axis and y-axis. In other words, we can say it has rows and column. And ring is a one-dimensional. So it is a single dimension only. So it is also called as a linear array. It is also called as a linear array. So we'll see how circular shift is done over these three topologies. So first topology is a ring. Now see, it is straightforward. So suppose these are the six processes: processes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have some data. For example, process 0 have data 0, process 1 have data 1, process 2 have data 2, 3 has 3, 4 has 4, 5 has 5. Now see, one shift means what? 0 will send to 1, 1 will send to 2, 2 will send to 3, 3 will send to 4, 4 will send to 5, 5 will send to 0. If it is a two shift, so two shift will be done. 0 will send to 2, 1 will send to 3, 2 will send to 4, 3 will send to 5, 5 will send to 1, because see, one shift, two shift. So it will like that. Three shift, then 0, 1, 2. So 0 will send to 3, 1 will send to 4, 2 will send to 5, 5 will send to 2, because one shift, two shift, and three shift. So in a ring, it is very straightforward. But one thing is important when we have a ring topology. See, suppose it is a three shift, uh, suppose it is a four shift. Now see, 0 to whom it will send? 0 will send to 4, because it is a 4 shift, right? So 0, 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift, 4 shift. So 0 will send to 4. To whom 1 will send? 5. 2 will send to 0, because 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift, and 4 shift. But see, 0 has to send message to 4, because it's a 4 shift. So 0 has, suppose we are sending messages like this. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This much distance it has to cross. But see, it goes in this direction. So 1 and 2. So this is a shorter one than this. So when uh, we have to find out the way in which it is the data will travel. So for that, this formula is used: minimum q p minus q. Here q is a shift. So suppose one shift means q is equal to 1. Two shift means q is equal to 2. This I will write here. If it is a one shift, that means q is equal to 1. Q is equal to 1. If it is a two shift, that means q is equal to 2. And suppose it is a three shift, so q is equal to 3. Q is equal to 3. And p is the number of processes. P, that is nothing but number of processes. Number of processes. So for example, here there are six processes, so p will be 6, like that. So based on that, to which direction that data should move, it's calculated like this by using this formula. Suppose for example it is a four shift. Suppose our is a four shift. So what is the minimum? We'll find out minimum from this. So q is 4, p is 6, because there are six processes, right? So 6 minus q, that is a 4. So 6 minus 4 is 2. So 4 and 2, which is minimum 2. So instead of traveling in this direction, it will travel in this direction. So whatever is minimum, okay, instead of q and p minus q, whichever is the minimum, so it will perform that operation. It will perform communication in that direction. So we can, in other words, we can say 4 shift in this direction, it is equivalent to 2 shift in this direction. So minimum is chosen from this. So this is how circular shift is done over ring. Now we'll see how circular shift is done over other topologies. For example, mesh and hypercube. Look at this. So this is a mesh. Mesh in the sense, uh, these processes are arranged in two-dimensional structure. There are rows and there are the columns. In rows and columns, in other words, you can say these nodes or processes are arranged in rows in x-axis, along the x-axis and along the y-axis, or along the rows and along the columns. Like now, see how communication is done. See, suppose it's a five shift. So five. See, in the beginning, these are the processes names. So zero is a one process, one is a process, two is a process. So whatever written inside this circle, there is a process name, and whatever it is written in a square bracket, that is the data. So 0 have data 0, 1 has data 1, 2 has data 2, 3 has data 3, 7 has data 7, 6 has data 6, like that. And how they are arranged: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In total there are 16 processes or 16 nodes. Now, one shift means 0 will send to 1, 1 will send to 2, 2 will send to 3, 3 will send to 4, 4 will send to 5, 5 will send to 6, 6 will send to 7, 7 will send to 8, not 4, 7 will send to 8, 8 will send to 9, 9 will send to 10, 10 will send to 11, 11 will send to 12. That is a one shift. Two shift means 0 will send to 2, 1 will send to 3, 2 will send to 4, 3 will send to 5, because two shift, right? So in that way it will done. But now suppose it is a five shift. Okay, suppose it is a five shift. So five shift mean the sense, see, 0 has to send 0 to 5, but how it will send, suppose, see, it send like this: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this much distance it has to cross. But uh, see, as these elements are arranged in rows and columns, directly it can send like this. See, 1 and 2. Instead of traveling like this, data can be sent like this from 0 to 5, one row and one column. Right? 0 will send to 1, and then it can be forwarded to 5, like this. So, 5 shift can be done in this short shifts, or in this shorter route. Likewise, it can be done. So, how circular shift is done on mesh? So, see, to perform circular shift on mesh, it can be done in two steps. So, which two steps are followed? Look at it. First, communication is done over row, means row wise communication is done, and second, communication is done over the column. Now, how much row wise communication is done? So, it is Q mod P. Q mod square root of P. So, I'm writing like this. So see, what do my Q? Q is a shift. So if it is one shift means Q is equal to 1. If it is two shift means Q is equal to 2. If three shift means Q is equal to 3. Or five shift means Q is equal to 5. And P is number of processes. So in this case, how many processes are there? Total 16 processes. So square root of P, square root of 16, that will be 4. And column wise, it will perform floor. In mathematics, we have learned this operation, floor operation. See, floor of this, floor of 3.4. What do you mean? Floor of 3.4 is a 3 only. Likewise, you take the lower value, lower integer. This is a floor operation. So, floor of q divided by square root of p. So, that is column wise communication is done. So, there is a floor. Floor means we are taking lower value. Okay, so we are taking like this. So this much row-wise communication will be done, and this is column communication is done. This means steps we require. So see, suppose it is a five shift. Suppose it is a five shift. Now look at it. So we'll put in formula. So Q is how much? 5, right? Mod square root of 16. So 16. Okay. So if you solve this, 5 mod 4. 5 mod 4 is how much? It is a 1. Okay, so row wise we have to perform one operation, and we'll calculate this. So floor of q is what? 5 shift. We are talking about 5 shift. So q is equal to 5 divided by square root of 16. 16 why? Because there are 16 processes. Here we have considered 16 processes. That's why 16. Now see. So how much it will be? 5 divided by 4. So it will be 1 point something. And we are taking floor. So that's why it is 1 only. So see. So that we have discussed earlier. So see, when it is a 5 shift, so how it will be done? One row wise communication. Okay, so data transfer will be row wise 1, and column wise 1. Okay, but see, here we are discussing about 0, but again see, 1 has data 1. Okay, so again it's a 5 shift. So 5 shift means 1 should send data to 6, right? So see, at the end 1 will send to 6. Again it's a 5 shift, so 2 will send data to 7, and 3 will send data to 8, like that. Now see, there is one problem. Look at this. What is the problem? See, we are doing one shift, right? So for 5 shift, we have to do a row shift, and how much row shift we are doing? One shift. But see, 0 will send data to 1. So actually, what we are doing? First, we are doing circular shift among this row. First, we are doing circular shift among this row. Likewise, so when a circular shift is done here, at the same time circular shift will be done here, at the same time circular shift will be done here, at the same time circular shift will be done here. So first there will be row wise circular shift, and then in second step we are doing column shift. So column circular shift. So circular shift will be done on this column. At the same time circular shift will be done on this column. At the same time circular shift will be done on this column, and at the same time circular shift will be done on this column. But see, there is one problem. When we are doing circular shift over the row, so what will happen? See, 0 will send to 1, 1 will send to 2, 2 will send to 3, but at the circular shift among this row, 3 will send to 0, 3 will send to 0, but actually 3 should send to 4, right? Because we are following this order. 3 should send to 4, but as it is a circular shift among these nodes, 0 will send to 1, 1 will send to 2, 2 will send to 3, and 3 will send to 0, right? Again see, here circular shift among these 4 nodes. 4 will send to 5, 5 will send to 6, 6 will send to 7, 7 will send to 4, but actually 7 should send it to 8, right? But as it is a circular shift among this row, 7 data is coming to 4, because it is a circular shift among these 4 nodes. But actually 7 data should come to 8, 3 data should come to 4, 11 data should come to 12. And because of that, after every row shift, what we are doing? We are doing compensatory column shift. So after every row shift, we are doing one compensatory column shift. What do I mean by compensatory column shift? See, from here it will be clear. See, 0 has sent to 1, 1 has sent to 2, 2 has sent to 3, and 3 has sent to 0. Here you can see. Okay, 0 has sent to 1. So see, 0 has data 0. So 0's data has come to 1. Right, here you can see. One's data has come to 2. Here you can see 1, because 1 previously it was with 1. Now 1 has sent data to 2. So 2 has data 1. 2 has sent to 3. See, here you can see 3 has data 2. And 3, as it is a circular shift among these, 3 has sent 3 has 3, right? 3 has 3. 3 has data 3. So 3 has sent his data to 0 here. But actually 3 data should come to 4. And because of that, we are doing compensatory column sheet among this column. See, again, one important point. We are doing compensatory column shift on this column only, on the first column only. Keep in mind, we are doing compensatory column sheet form on only first column only. So see, 3 should come here, right? So that's why we are doing compensatory column shift on this. So see, 3 will now come to here, then 4 has 7, so 7 will come here, 8 has 11, so 11 will come here. 12 has 15, 15 will come here. 0. Because now we are doing circulatory or circular shift on this column. So here you can see. See, 0 has 3, so 0 is sending 3 to 4. So here you can see the output. See, 0 has 3, so 0 has sent to 4, right? 4 has this data. 4 has 7, right? 4 has 7, so that 4 has 7 to 8. It's now 7 is with 8. And 8 has 11, so 8 has sent to 12. So 8 has sent 11 to 12. And what 12 has 15. 12 has 15, right? So 15 came here. 15 has came to 0. Okay, so after every row shift we have to do one compensatory column shift. And why we are doing? Because of this, because we are doing a circular shift among this row. So 0 is sending data to 1, 1 is sending to 2, 2 is sending to 3, 3 is sending to 0, but actually 3 should send data to 4. Again, 4 is sending to 5, 5 is sending to 6, 6 is sending to 7, and 7 is sending to 4, because we are doing circular shift among this row. But actually, 7 data should send to 8, and that's why we are doing one compensatory column shift on the first column, so that this data will get pushed to one step further, okay, along the column. So that's why we are doing one column shift, and after that, we are performing this column shift. We are performing this column shift. So one column shift we require. So here, see, column shift. So column shift we are doing on all columns. So on this column, on this column, on this column, on this column, like this. So column shift is done. See here, 15 is going to this 4. Here you can see 4 has 3, so 3 will go here, 3 will go here. 8 has 7, 7 will go here, 7 went here. 1 has 0, so 0 will send here. 1 has 0, so 0 has sent here. 5 has 4, 4 will send here. Likewise. So, how circular shift is done over the column? So, first is row shift, and then we have to perform column shift. But how many row shift we will do? We'll do row shift by using this formula, where q is a shift, right? So one shift means q is equal to 1, two shift means q is equal to 2, three shift means q is equal to 3. And whatever p is the number of processes. So in this case, number of processes are 16, that why p is equal to 16. So how many row communication will do? Q mod square root of p. Then after every row shift we have to do one compensatory column shift. For every row shift, we have to perform one compensatory column shift, and after that we have to do column shift. So how many column shift will do? By using this formula. Q, that number of shift, square root of P. Okay, so row shift, every row shift followed by one compensatory column shift, and after that one this column shift. But keep in mind, row shift we are doing on all the rows, column shift we are doing on all column, but one compensatory column shift that we are doing on the first column only, and after every row shift, after every single row shift we are doing one compensatory column shift. So in this way, circular shift is done over the mesh. Now we'll see how how circular shift is done over hypercube. So third part is hypercube. So now we'll see how circular shift is done over hypercube. Look at. So what is a hypercube? So in previous communication patterns that we have seen, so it is a three-dimensional structure. It has x-axis, it has a y-axis, it has a z-axis, right? So total there are 8 processes. Now see, uh, there are 8 processes, and each process has some data. For example, 0 has 0, 1 has 1, 2 has 2, 3 has 3, 4 has 4, 5 has 5, 6 has 6, 7 has 7, like that. Now see, these columns they are arranged in a linear array only. So see, but this linear array is arranged in such a way so that it looks like a hypercube. For example, see, so here there are some dotted lines and there are dark lines. So dark lines is a linear array. So see, 0 1. See here you can see dark line, if you follow, so you'll get a one linear array. 0 1, 1 2, 3 4, 2 to 3, 3 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and again 7 to 0. So this is a linear array. Here you can see. This is a linear array. Here this is a linear array. So linear array shown by the dark line. And what is the dotted line? See, as we are arranging these nodes or processes on a hypercube structure, so these are the indirect links. Indirect links, those are created because of the hypercube structure. Now, what is the advantage? Look at this. Suppose 0 wanted to send to 3. So see, if it follow linear array, so how much distance it has to cross? 1, 2, 3. But because of hypercube, it can send directly to this. So this is the advantage of having hypercube. Now see how circular shift is done over hypercube. So look at this. Directly we will take example of 5 shift. Now how it is done? See, 5 is written in terms of binary. So how will you write 5 in binary? 1 0 1. Now see, suppose I wanted to write 5 in terms of 2's power. So how can you write? First 2 to the power 2, right? 2 to the power 2 plus, and then second is 0. So no need to write that. Then we can write like this: 2 to the power 0. See, because here it is 1, so we have to write that term. Here is also 1, so we need to write that term. 0, so no need to write that term. So 5 can be written as 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 0. So in other words, we can write like this: 5 is equal to 2 to the power 2, that means 4, plus 2 to the power 0 means 1. Now see how we are performing 5 shift. So 5 shift is done like this. First we will perform 4 shift, and after that we are performing 1 shift. So 5 shift will be done at the 4 shift. From where we got 4? We got 4 from here, 2 to the power 2. From where we got 1 shift? Here, 2 to the power 0. Okay, so there, from there we got this 4 shift and 1 shift. Now see what is the advantage. Now see, because of the hypercube structure, any shift, see normally we are taking shift in terms of 2 to the power. So what shifts are possible? One shift is possible, because 2 to the power 0 means one shift. 2 to the power 1 means two shift. 2 to the power 2 means four shift. Okay, 2 to the power 0 one shift. 2 to the power 1 two shift. 2 to the power 2 four shift. For any shift, there can be maximum two-step communication. Only two steps will be there. For example, say 4 shift. So see, 0 has to send to 4. So instead of traveling along the linear array like this, it will travel like this, 1 and 2. So indeed 2 shift. Okay. Though for 4 shift, if you follow linear array, so 4 steps are there. But because of hypercube structure, now there will be only 2 steps. So see, 1 and 2, and here we reach to 4. So see, now anywhere see 0 has sent to data to 4. So this now see, 1 to whom it will send. So 4 shift means 1 has to send data to 5. So see, 1 and 2. Now suppose take like this, suppose 2. So 2 whom it will send data, it is a 4 shift. So 4 shift means 2 will send data to 6. But see, 1 and 2. So because of that, so 4 shift, so keep in mind, 4 shift, 2 shift, they have only 2 steps. While so 4 shift will require 2 steps. 2 steps. Even 2 shift also require 2 steps, and 1 shift. So 1 shift is straightforward. 1 shift means just it requires only 1 step. 1 step. So this is the advantage of having hypercube structure. So how 5 shift is done over the hypercube? So see, it is a 5 shift. So 5 is written in binary like this. So in terms of 2's power, we can write like this: see, 2 to the power 2, because of this 1. Then 0. So no need to write this 2 to the power 1. Then is 1. So we can write 2 to the power 0. So 5 is addition of 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 0. In other words, you can say 5 is equal to 4. 4 we got from here, 1 we got from here. So 5 shift is done like this: 4 shift and 1 shift. So first we'll do 4 shift. Now see, 4 shift there are only 2 steps. Okay, any 4 shift we require just 2 steps and then 1 shift. So here you can see first phase of 4 shift, and then it is a second phase of 1 shift only. Okay, this second phase. So how they have done? See, 0 has sent to 3, so everyone is sending to this. 1 is sending to 2, 6 is sending to 7, likewise. Okay, so this data is sent to just neighboring node. Okay, that is the first step, and that is the second step. So how 0 will send to 4? Like this: 0 will send to 3, first step, then 3 will send to 4. How 1 will send to 5? First step, second step. How 2 will send to 6? First step, second step. How 3 will send to 7? First step and second step. So 4 shift is done in 2 steps because of this hypercube structure. And then there is a 1 shift. 1 shift means just a neighboring node they will send. So 0 will send to 1, 1 will send to 2, 2 will send to 3. And this is the result. Here a 5 shift is done. Okay, first we have done 4 shift, then we have done 1 shift, and here finally we got the result of 5 shift. So see, 0 has data 0, so it has it wanted to send to 5. So see, here we got 5 got 0. Now 1 has 1, but 1 wanted to send it to 6 because 1 plus 5 is 6. So see, 6 node got 1, right? Now see, 2 2 plus 5 is 7. So 2 has data 2 and wanted to send to 7. So see, 7 got 2. 3 has data 3, but it wanted to send, say, 3 plus 5 8. 8 means 0 because see, again reversely will take. So now 0 got 3. In this way, circular shift is done over a hypercube. So in this way, circular shift is done over ring topology, mesh topology, and hypercube topology. So friends, I hope you like this video. If yes, then click on like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press bell icon so that you will get notification of my next video. So stay connected. Thank you.